Hey everybody, this is Bayou Pete. We're out in Mississippi. Where you at, Travis? Let's get a little closer.
I'm in.
I'm gonna get a little closer to you. Lean in a little bit, Travis. We got to get a little bit. We're out here in Mississippi, by a state park in Mississippi. We have a fire going. And we're live tonight. Who's out there tonight? We've been fishing today. Hawaii, we're in the state park, and this is a big reservoir. So these fish here have seen freaking everything. These fish have seen every single freaking lure they got. But I come back and I made a few adjustments where we will catch a couple tomorrow. Travis, my stepson here, look, where you at, Travis? You got to move in a little bit.
I'm in.
Let me move it back a little bit so you can see him too. Travis brought his boat, and they're gonna probably go in the boat tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna fish or go do a little hike tomorrow. But we just out here having fun. I don't know if anybody caught my last video. I had a video that just come out on crabbing. I went crabbing, and I did good. I went pier crabbing down south from where I live, and I ended up doing good. I ended up catching like a good bit of crabs, but the rain caught me. And in my video, I went home and I boiled them later. Wyatt, did you have fun today? Did you have fun today fishing?
Yeah.
Did you learn anything? Did you learn anything about here, Wyatt? Hey, we got 3 people out here. How y'all doing? This is Bayou Pete. This is Travis, my stepson, and this is Wyatt. Say hello, Wyatt.
What's up, y'all?
And we're on a reservoir in Mississippi, and the cabin's right there. Look, everybody, look. We got a fire going right here. I got a beer, what I call a step 2 right here. Look, and we're drinking a beer, and again, we went fishing today, and we got 5 people now. Thank y'all. I appreciate everybody there.
Yeah.
Look, and we had a great time. Who's out there? Let's see. Angela Barton. Hey, Angela Barton. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Angela. Casey Carter, Q3B. Hello from the Fort Jackson military base. Hope you're having an amazing night.
Wow.
I have to introduce myself this way. I'm sorry. Hey, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. I like your stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Look at the fire. Look. Isn't that nice tonight? And I'm with my stepson and I'm with my grandson right here. I couldn't be having any fun of time. And again, I was talking about my last video that come out where I caught a bunch of crabs pier crabbing, and it went great. And in this video, Travis, in this video, I used the fish bodies from the fishing trip before where I caught succolet, where a lot of people call it crappie, to catch the crab. So I repurposed the bait now. Let's see, let's see who's here now. Hey, AJ Smooth. Hey, Steel and Wheels. Hello. Hey, hello. Hey, Mark Luke. How you doing? Hello, Peter. What you cooking tonight? Is this the Mark Luke that I went to St. Agnes School with his sister's name was Darlene? Is this the Mark Luke? Is this the Mark Luke? And I saw where you put on my other video about you got soft-shell crabs from my dad. My dad left here in 13, and in my last video, those crabs I was catching was with the nets that my father made, And someday when I leave here, look, he's gonna have a bunch of crab nets, and he's gonna have a bunch of crab nets, my stepson and my grandson here. Yes, it is. Hey, Mark, hey.
Wow.
We have a good time. I wish I could go back to our St. Agnes days. I played it at St. Agnes. What I played in? What was it called? Oh, Jesus Christ Superstar. It was fun. St. Agnes got me out my shell. I was a shy person till I went to St. Agnes school and all. But getting back to my last video with crabbing, pier crabbing. It's a lot of walking. You go a bunch of times, and look, you catch 0. So, even with fishing trips, a lot of the fishing trips, come on, look, talk to the thing. A lot of the fishing trips I do, you don't catch a lot of I show the ones where I do pretty good. I got a video coming out pretty soon where a friend of mine and I, we caught 100 sockeye where a lot of people call crappie. You know, it's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. We caught 100. You know,
Yeah.
but we up here at a park in Mississippi with a cabin. It's tough catching fish up here. Huh, why?
Last
Yeah.
time we were out here,
Tell them about your last trip where you broke down. What?
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, look. Tell them about that
everything,
story.
yeah, it took
tell
the,
tell
took
that
the boat
story.
ride out. Everything was running great. The boat was running great. All of a sudden, it just broke down on me. Had to get, I don't know, is it Coast Guard or what?
Can
to
y'all
tow me
hear?
back
Y'all can
in.
hear us good. I'm gonna put a little bit closer. Go ahead.
Had to get towed back in. Went to go work on my boat motor yesterday. It just cranked up, ran perfect. So I don't know. I'm gonna try it out tomorrow.
We're gonna
see.
see. We're gonna see.
But last visit we came out here. We didn't catch a single fish.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a bite. Couldn't buy a
But-
bite.
but-
we met a professional fisherman, right? The guy that was sponsored.
And it was sponsored by Outback.
Outback,
and,
yeah.
And look, I told him I liked his boat, so he gave me an Outback thing. He goes, if you
Little
catch a
gift
fish
card.
here, you're doing good. So that's my goal.
Yeah.
Wyatt and I went fishing this evening. I found a place where some fish was hitting. We missed a couple. I made a couple adjustments tonight. I put on a clear fluorocarbon leader because the water's clear here. YG2 Fine. Can you say happy birthday? My name is Nick. Hi, I love your channel. Hey, happy birthday, Nick. Hey,
Yeah,
tell
happy
tell
birthday.
him.
Hey,
There
happy
you go.
birthday, Nick.
How old are you today, Nick? How old are you today, Nick?
Let's see. Let's try to catch fish with shrimp.
And Mark, I am making memories with
Say
my
happy
with
birthday
my
to
stepson and
Nick.
my grandson. Like, even though look, this is my stepson, but this is like my son to me. We enjoyed this
And your
life
son's name
together.
is Nick.
And my son's name is Nick too, and he's got a channel, The Outdoorsman. And Mark, that was his tarp, and I'm gonna get from him what size tarp that was. I saw the question. I gotta ask him. 16. Hey, happy 16th birthday.
16.
God, I wish I was still 16. Huh, Mark? I wish we was 16 years old.
16 was different
16.
when you were. Yeah.
And
when you were
Wyatt
16.
just made 12 this
Yeah,
week.
12, yeah.
Look at 12
That's-
right here.
that's why we're
look,
here.
Look at 12. But
Yep.
I like coming places like this where fishing is where fishing is a challenge. On these impoundments and everything, these fish are seeing everything that everybody could throw at them. It makes it fun. Like, do I catch a lot of fish where I go? Yes, but I fish a lot. You know, I'm retired, and I come from a fishing family where I had a brother and dad that was hell of a fisherman. From the time I was a little kid, they never ever gave me a break. They're both gone now. You know, I'm the only one left out of my immediate family. My mother's gone. My father's gone. My dear brother that lived next door to me is gone. My dad lived 2 doors down from me. But our whole life, it was like a fishing tournament. Every time we went fishing,
Yeah.
when I was little, they didn't give me a break. Look, I'd throw and miss a fish, boom, it was right there.
I've
It-
heard
it
all the
was-
stories. 8 years old in a pirogue by yourself.
Yeah, go drop me off, but guess what? It made me a better fisherman. I love days like today where the fishing's tough. Let's see, if I catch one bass tomorrow, it's gonna be good. I didn't film my fishing part of this. You know, I got a redfish fishing trip where I caught redfish the other day. I caught 100 crappie. That's gonna come out. I kind of want that place to kind of end before, because you can see, I don't want the whole world there, but it's just fishing. That's all it is. Fish is like, my dad used to say, we sit up all night trying to outthink something that's got a little pea brain. And he used to say, what is it guided by? Barometer, it's guided by tide and by hunger. So if you could work them 3 things in, you catch fish. You catch fish. And this is a little good fisherman here. Wyatt fishes his butt off. Wyatt was with me a couple videos back, if you could look in my channel, that we was having a good day. We caught a couple redfish. And then I catch a thing. You know, we live in southern Louisiana. I'm in Mississippi today, but I come from southern Louisiana. I caught a gaff top, catfish.
Oh, I remember.
And I swung it in, and it fell down and it stuck me in my foot, and it ended our trip. But would I change anything? No. Huh? Did we have fun, Wyatt?
Yeah.
What else you caught that day, Wyatt? You caught a.
I caught a
You
ladyfish.
caught a ladyfish. We had fun. We had fun that day. You know, we had a good time that day.
Yeah.
That's all. Tell them about what you like to fish, Wyatt. You like to fish bass?
Yeah, I mainly fish with bass and stuff,
That's
and
neat.
mainly and sometimes trout when we go out to the lakefront.
That's right.
It's all fun.
You learned, let's see, you learned how to throw a bait cast. How old were you?
I was about, I think, 6 years old when I learned how to use a bait caster.
Yeah, we had fun. And like, we had a good live a while back. We was on the lakefront. I don't think we caught a fish that day, but we had some good bites out. But
You had one.
it's all about swinging the bat. That's what fishing's about. Look, let me show everybody the fire. Look, everybody, look. They'll tune in. They like people like
and
to
the phone.
People like to see.
Dad, can you pass me my Sprite?
Yeah, here we go. And we got three generations here tonight.
Cold enough?
We got my stepson, my grandson, and myself. And I am 68. I'm fixing to be 69 years old. I think about where the hell did all these years go? You know, I'm not Nick, who was there. That's 16 years old. Who's 16? That's great. Great. Y'all watching YouTube tonight? You're 16 years old. That's good. But getting back to my crabbing video I had, that it was a catch, clean, and cook. I went down in southern Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, and I went pier crabbing. I caught some crabs a few weeks before, and I got there. It was supposed to rain later. So I got crabbing. I put out about 15 nets off of a wharf, and I didn't even get started good. I ended up with 30-something crabs. I looked in the water, I thought it was minnows. I looked up, a wall of rain come on me. I had all of my filming stuff out. Look, you can't see the ring light. There's a ring light up there. On my GoPro, I had my media mod, which is not waterproof. So I didn't run, but I walked back to the truck, I put everything. I sat in the truck, but it ended up taking me about an hour with my rain suit on, picking up all my crab nets and everything, but I ended up with a bunch of crabs. I did. It's just fun. It's just fun to be retired. I agree, Pete. I too will be 69 this year. You look good and you're really active. Good to see you. Oh, you too, Mark. I haven't seen you in a long time, but guess what? I think about how you, we still them same people. We just older, Mark. That's all. And you know, our childhood and having great parents, that's what shaped us today. I think about that every day. We're blessed they had great parents. You know, a lot of poor people didn't have much to work with, and they still turned out good. Where I had good parents. That was very nice to me. You know, my mother was a great person. I had a loving brother and a father that I hung out with almost every day. We'd scheme fishing or hunting, just like with Wyatt. And again, like we talked about today, we come here to this lake. You know, it's hard. We've been here. We like to come to this place all the time in Mississippi, but it's hard to catch a bass. We catch a lot of perch. I've caught so many perch with my fly rod and all here, but to physically catch a bass here, and I fish bass good, you really have to scheme, to catch a bass. And I think, I don't know if I'm going to do a video on it, but I'm going to have my GoPro on the mode where if you hook a fish, you press it, it goes 30 seconds back, where I'll do a short where when I catch the bass, because there's not enough fish here really to do a video, you know, to catch enough, unless you want to see people floating around the boat. I like to have videos where we're catching fish, you know.
Yeah, a lot of boats, not enough fish.
Yeah, it's just a tough lake, and that's what makes fishing fun, you know. It's a challenge of fishing. Like
when that pro said that, you know, if you catch a fish here, you should be
yeah,
proud.
the guy, like I met this guy last time we was here. He was sponsored by Outback. He had been fishing here all evening and didn't catch a fish. He said, "You catch a fish here, you're doing good." I had a guy the other day I met in Academy Sports, and I was picking up Wyatt. I was picking up some stuff to go speckled trout fishing, and you know I got different colors that based on the water, what they want to start and everything. You know, down here in southern Louisiana, a lot of places around the world call them spotted sea trout. We call them speckled trout
Here we
here.
go with this again.
And he was saying that, oh, I'm just getting any color. Colors don't matter. I said, you don't catch many fish. And he turned to me, he goes, I got a brand new boat. He says, I've never caught a limited fish in my life. That's right. Now, can you luck out on a day when they going nuts and catch them with any color? Yes. But down here in Louisiana, you know, there's a different color for when they start biting. Like right now, as the water, like the water right now down here, the Gulf water that goes all the way to our brackish water, it's still in the 80s. So I'll use like a smoke color. Then I'll go to like a chicken on the chain color, but it matters. I've already had somebody else in the boat with them going nuts where he's catching them one after another. And I got a color that's not much different than the color that he's using, and I'm not catching none, or vice versa. So color does matter, even with bass. Like over there where we was fishing by this dam, you know, he's got his boat. I went and found us a place. We did have a couple bites and we did lose a couple. You know, the water here is like you're in an aquarium. It's so clear. But again, the challenge is what makes fishing. If you just wanted to just go catch fish, it's fun. But it's just a challenge like with speckled trout, with redfish, with sockeye, with bass. Like just when you think you got it figured out, they'll throw you for that loop. Especially sockeye and crappie that I've been fishing. Like a lot of people can't catch one during the summer. I fish them during the summer and do real good on them. Why? Because a lot of people say they don't bite during the summer. Guess what? They got to eat just like we got to eat all summer. You just got to figure out what they want. And, you know, I fish them with lures with different colors. It's just swapping out colors. I got about 2 videos ago where I hardly could have a fish early in the morning. And then I went from this color, monkey milk, I think the black and white, to another color. And they ended up turning on and they ended up doing great. I subscribe. Thank you, Aldo. Let me say the end of it. Aldo WG91. Where are y'all?
96.
Let us know where y'all from. I know Mark where he's from. Mark's from South Louisiana like me. Where are y'all from? Just let us know. Right? Trav. And my son-in-law, my stepson Travis, he works in the French Quarter. You know, he works for a restaurant.
On Bourbon Street.
Yeah, on Bourbon Street in the French Quarter. So you know what kind of stories ends up. You know what he sees every day going to work on Bourbon Street in New Orleans in the French Quarter every single day, you know.
For 20 years.
For 20 years. For
now.
20 years down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? What industry do you want to go in someday? Fishing guide, chemist.
Fishing guide.
I work
Engineer.
engineer. There you go.
Now we're
I worked like when I was younger. I had a job lined up where my brother worked at this place called Reams Manufacturing Company. I didn't ever worry about a job. All doing high school and all. My brother worked for this company, and I had it lined up. My job was lined up. Then when I retired, when I got out of high school, he ended up saying, "You ready to go to work?" Somebody else offered me a job at a major construction company. I flipped a coin, and I ended up being there for 40 years. So it was nice. I'll see. Hello, Abraham. Okay.
That was your wife.
Who was that? Who was the wife?
That was your wife up there.
Louise went up there?
Yeah,
What, she gave us that
that's
look?
what we were laughing.
Did she give us that look?
She was doing.
My
all
wife
kinds
was
of
up.
gestures.
My wife was on the. Oh, I'm from Madre, California. What a beautiful
Oh
section.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'll trade.
Madre, California. I know the weather's a lot better up there year round than it is down here in New Orleans. We live in the heat though.
Is that
So
Madera,
my wife was up
California?
there giving us that look for us being loud.
Yeah, no, she was just.
Why my wife always says I'm loud? Huh? Don't you say it?
Where is Madera?
Madeira.
California?
Is Madeira?
California.
Is it
Madeira,
by Santa
California.
Barbara? Is it by Napa Valley? I've already been to the high Sierras when I was younger, hiking and all. It's beautiful there. I've been all in LA. I've done the LA Marathon when I was younger. I've been all over Torrance, all over. I'm from Madre, California.
Madera.
Madeira.
Madero. Like the beer.
No, Madeira.
Let me show y'all the fire.
Madera.
I'm trying to know where.
There it is. Look.
Where's this at?
See, we sitting out here by a fire. Look. Look at the cabin. That's the cabin we staying in tonight. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the cabin.
Oh, it's by Fresno.
Oh, it's by Fresno.
It's just north of Fresno.
It's north of Fresno. It's north of Fresno. Do y'all catch many fish up there? Where you do you freshwater fish, or you fish out in the ocean, or do you fish at all out there? You're just out there tonight on this weeknight. Huh? Here we are. We just about got us all in here. That's all. It's just hard to lean in. And again, where we're at,
Far away.
where we're at on this waterway in Mississippi, it's beautiful here. Yeah, you cool. Where we're at in Mississippi on this waterway, this is some top ass fishing up here. I ain't gonna lie about it, but that's what makes it fun. Like around me, if you look back on my videos, I'm catching redfish. You don't see a fishing video up here. I might have a camping video, or we might do a little hike, but maybe we'll get on the bass tomorrow. I don't know. All you could do is swing the bat, and that's how life is. You just, if you don't try, if you sit back and say, they're not biting. I got friends out there. They don't go fishing till they hear that the fish is biting. They waiting for me, Bayou Pete, or somebody else to go find the fish. Then they're gonna go fishing. I don't wait for that. I go find my own bite, freshwater, saltwater, all around.
And just on the trip over there to go fish, y'all saw that white-tailed deer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we saw a
and-
bunch of them, and we saw bucks.
Yeah, Wyatt was just enjoying tonight how much game they have up here. They can't be hunted here. The deer just walk in front of you. It's just a beautiful area.
It's like they're taunting.
That's all. We're in the middle of nowhere, and that's what makes it fun. Looking up at the sky, you don't have all that light pollution. It's real nice here. Tell them what's going on Bourbon Street right now, Travis.
There's no telling. It is busy right now. It's that time of the year. So summertime's always the dog days of summer. Right now, it's starting to get a little busier and everything. So even though it's Monday night, what is it, 10, almost 11 o'clock?
Yeah, Monday night. We out having fun. Look, 3 generations. Look, 3 generations. Ain't many live streams going on with 3 generations this late at night. Look, hey, I got to ask him right now. I'm the truancy officer. Why the hell you ain't in school tomorrow?
'Cause I'm here.
Oh, you're off tomorrow?
No, I'm not off.
You're on break. Y'all are on break.
Today's our last day of break.
Yeah.
But tomorrow.
We just out having fun. That's all. That's what it's all about. Guess what? One foot in front, the other one for your whole life, and you got to enjoy yourself. You can't just work all the time. You just got to let go. This all got put together about 2 weeks ago. It was his birthday last week, and we had a birthday party for him. And he likes coming up here to this body of water that we're at with these cabins. And they didn't tell him till this morning that they was going out. So, that's what makes it fun. That's
W parents.
What's that? I'm going to get me another beer.
Yeah.
Y'all got the line.
All right.
I'm going to get me a beer. Go ahead,
It's
Wyatt.
super dark where we are because there's not like the street lights.
Get in
Because there's
front of the
water
light.
directly behind us. It looks like we're in the void right now.
Yeah. It's the ring light. Ring light is why it's so bright right now.
Yeah.
It's 10:57 p.m. right now. We're in Mississippi. We're sitting right by. Well, you can't see the water behind us right now, but we're sitting right on the lake, literally 3 feet behind us, with a fire on my right-hand side right now. Let's see how many's on. I was trying to round up some more people on
Look at my phone
Facebook.
back.
Bayou Pete threw his phone.
I
He
somebody
chunked the phone.
somebody
when you
texted
were-
me to my phone.
That's funny. Let's see. Oh, he said happy birthday to you.
Oh, thanks.
Where are you from? We're all from right outside of New Orleans. We're from
Southern
Jefferson
Louisiana.
Parish. Yeah, southern Louisiana.
God, it's so
Yeah,
cramped.
we're all from, but we're in Mississippi right now, but we're from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Madera,
It's nice down here.
California. Yeah, it's nice out here in the woods.
Madera.
Madera. I guess it's Madera.
We're still confused about a name. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Madera.
I gotta check. my
I've never
phone
been
when
to
he's not
California
looking.
before. Yeah, right? Oh.
If I were you, I'd recommend holding your phone like this. Hide.
Said happy birthday.
That's nice. Thanks.
We're gonna try to do some fishing in the morning. Put the boat in the water, see how it runs. There's not too many boats were on the lake today, so we'll see. Might not be too much competition out there on the lake for tomorrow. You re-upped on the step too.
Yeah, I'm gonna show them what kind of beer Bayou Pete's
Oh, you
drinking
didn't bring me
tonight.
one?
Oh, I gotta put my glass. I gotta put my glasses on. Well, so what kind of beer am I drinking tonight? Look, Sapporo. I'm drinking tonight. Oh, it's backwards because it's from this way.
Yeah,
Look.
right.
Hold
Yeah.
up. We gotta look at it this way. Sapporo.
It's the other
I don't like to show a beer too much on camera.
front-facing camera.
So I am pouring it in my red cup tonight. Yeah, we just decided at the last minute tonight. Hey, I appreciate from the bottom of my heart everybody taking their time and watching my channel and you that subscribed. I really appreciate you taking your time and hanging out with us. You know, my channel's just a little bit over a year old. I used to have trouble with the lives because you got to read it and it comes back. But once you get going, like, you know, they got a bunch of beautiful people in this world, and to be able to connect with the world through YouTube makes it nice, makes it very nice. What better life than you want on the Monday, being able to drink a beer with like 3 generations of our family right here. What better?
So what's the plan for tomorrow morning for fishing?
My
What you
plan
think?
tomorrow morning is I don't think I'm getting in that boat. Y'all could go fishing.
We
Look,
broke
here we
down.
go.
My boat
Yeah,
broke down
yeah,
last time.
yeah.
I brought it out here.
Did y'all ever see the what's that one where it's a 3-hour tour? What's the name of that? With Gilligan and the skipper too.
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island. Look.
that what it's
So
called?
so
I
his
think
boat.
so.
We are you from?
Where are you from?
Where I'm from right outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, and I fish all of southern Louisiana. That's where we're from,
And
Louisiana.
right now we're fishing Mississippi.
Yeah, now I'm in middle Mississippi. That's where we're at. And it's so nice. We're way away from anything. You're away from all that concrete and all. But yeah, I'm from not from New Orleans, but of a suburb of New Orleans. Far enough from New Orleans, but close enough. I could ride my bike to New Orleans. But where I live, in any direction's water, huh?
That's right.
Mississippi
Yeah, we're
River,
surrounded
Lake
by water.
Pontchartrain, Lake. We got water all the way around us. So
We're below the water.
Alto nice. Alto nice.
Jesus, we're getting tear gassed by the fire smoke over
Yeah,
here.
I like the smoke, keeping the
It
bugs
smells
off.
good.
But it keeps the bugs off. Yes, look how fire's looking tonight a little bit. We could feel it. I wish you could feel the heat. We could feel the heat from over here.
Yeah, we can.
You know, a person there that's from California. I've been to Torrance, California, all the beaches, Napa Valley. I went up in my life when I was younger. I used to do marathons and road races. I know I'm old, broke down now, 68, but wore out this body. I used to do marathons and all when I was younger. And with my cousin and I, we went and kind of got in the ocean, kind of tried to surf one day, and went up to Bear Mountain and kind of skied in the same day. And there's not many people in this world I could say that they surfed and skied in the same day. And I can't. I've been up to the high Sierras, and it's beautiful up there. I hope to go back before I die pretty soon, within the next year. You know, you just got to enjoy this life. Like, I have a fishing channel, but to get started, you know, I had a stealth camping channel where we go camp where we're not supposed to be, but I fish a lot, so that's how I end up with a fishing channel. You know, that's what I do during the week, so I just film some of my trips.
Somebody just commented.
What's that?
Just commented, why does he look like you if he's not your real dad? They just texted me.
No, he didn't, huh?
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm
See,
taking his chair until he gets back.
Yeah, you see, I got the red cup going on tonight with it. you know, because it's hard to drink out that bottle late at night. But again, it's nice to be on a Monday night with, I don't know if y'all can see the water back there. I'm gonna hold it up a little higher.
Put a
Yeah, no, yeah, put the light on. Can you put the light?
flashlight.
Yeah, put the light on.
Well, I'll just show them the water.
Yeah,
back
show them the water where we at. Look,
there.
here we go. We go live. Look at the water right here. You know, show
Pretty
over there
shallow.
by the tree. Look, we're by the water right here. I know it's dark back there. Look at the moon over there, huh? Is that nice looking? Our back is right here by the water. It's hard to see. I got my ring light going on, and if you can imagine with this live, I got the ring light, and in the ring light, with the ring light, there's the attachment where the phone is. And here I am. Look, there's the ring light, and there's the phone. But again, I appreciate everybody out here tonight. It's not many people could stay up with a live late on a Monday night. My last live, I had people from Australia, from British Columbia and all, but there's nothing wrong with the good old U.S. out here. Where are you? Nice, yeah. But again, with the fishing, I've been fishing my whole life, and it's just about getting smarter every time you fish. Like a lot of people, no matter if they catch fish or not, they want to keep fishing the same way. I swear, in my life, fish has evolved. You know, I don't really. Lee Kincaid, hey, Lee Kincaid, J8V, hi, hey, Lee Kincaid, glad you come on with us. We're talking about fishing and all. We got the fire right there going on. This is my grandson here.
So,
But we talk about, I got started about the fishing now with saltwater and freshwater too. You know, everything evolves. Like we evolve as fishermen. As I'm 68, I'll be 69. I evolved as a fisherman. I don't fish the same. I basically fish the same, but I don't exactly fish the same as I did 5 years ago because you try to get better. Again, today, him and I goes in this lake here. It's hard to catch. It's hard. Hello, Pete. How's it going, young man? Don Trump. Hey, how you doing, my friend? You've been fishing, but we're down here in Mississippi fishing in this lake here. Said hi. Hey, Don Trump.
wait, what?
But we're yeah, that's a friend of mine who fishes all over. He comes every now and then. But you know, in this lake in Mississippi, it's fished a lot. The water's gin clear. You know, so him and I fish. We missed a couple this evening. I adjusted. I guarantee I'm gonna catch something tomorrow. You know, we made a little adjustment. That's what it's about. How long it took me? I was an hour, huh?
Yeah.
I ended up putting a clear leader on, a fluorocarbon leader on there, and I was using the swing head. I've been fishing the swing head all over. Hello, where y'all fishing in Mississippi? We are in Stone County, Mississippi, in one of the reservoirs. Which type of fish you catch? Well, I'm trying to catch bass today, but I catch saltwater fish. Well, brackish water fish. Wow, check the fire just jumped. Don't fire. He's gonna burn me up. But I like to fish. I like to fish redfish, speckled trout, or some people call them spotted sea trout. I catch crappie, or we call them sockeye, drum, perch. But I like to fish freshwater.
I live in Mississippi.
Oh, you live in Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
We're not far from
Lucky.
Sippy
Nice.
Steve's
You're
down the
lucky.
Trump. I will be back in Louisiana next month to fish Delacroix and Hopedale for 10 days. Well, the trout is showing up down there right now. You know, I like to let them get closer to my area. You know,
For 10 days?
for 10 days.
Nice.
But I think he lives in Florida. But
That's awesome.
I like
10
to
day
let them
fishing
get
trip.
closer to me where I could don't have to go 90 miles. I only have to go 40 miles. You know, I'll let them come in a little further. Like right now with the speckled trout, I know I'm talking to America where people don't catch speckled trout or spotted sea trout or weak fish, some people call them. As the temperature cools right now,
That's a Gulf
they,
fish.
they start coming in and the redfish start heading out. And once we find the trout, we have a great season on top water, on the cork. I got some great videos down in Lafitte. Well, last year I caught a bunch of times. I caught a limited speckled trout. Now I'm gonna do a couple this year, What y'all burning up everything? But I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna do a couple this year.
That was a big old spider.
I'm gonna do a couple this year where I'm gonna catch them on topwater lures. But as I get older, I don't like fishing redfish or speckled trout with treble hooks. You know, it just takes too long to get them off and you get them in your hand. That's all. I'd rather catch them on a jig with a single hook. I fish a cork a lot, but I like the tight line for speckled trout now all the time. Now I'm gonna do a video down the line how I feel the thump. I mean, a lot of people dream about just feeling that 1,000th of a second to hook a speckled trout. Let's see, Donald Trump. You and I are the same age, Pete. I'm 68. I'll be 69 in March. How old are you? How are you? And don't you live in Florida? Where are you from? It's coming. But every year with the speckled trout, you know, I got friends of mine. The other day, I keep a journal for about all my life. What I catch every single time, where I catch it, the water temperature, because you can't remember. You think last year, when did I catch some fish in Venice? When did I catch some fish in Lafitte? When did I catch some fish in Bayou Bay Avenue? When did I catch some fish in Delacroix, Louisiana? If you put it down, you know, does it all happen at the same time, the same way? It don't, but it helps a lot. 69 in December. I live in Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater,
Nice. I'll be 69 in March. So hey, here, cheers to these 69. We almost hit that big 7-0. Where the all of these years went? Where the all of these years went? I don't know. We blinked our eye.
Florida's beautiful.
We blinked our eye. But Clearwater is beautiful. But is it better fishing here in Louisiana or Clearwater, Florida?
Kill that thing.
You know? Lee Kincaid, you live in Mississippi. What part of Mississippi do you live in, my friend? Let's see, here we go. Yes, sir. I'm in Jackson right now, but I'm from Northeast Mississippi. I caught me 3 bass at Lake Lamar, Bruce and Salmo, Mississippi, 3 trips with the 3 parts. That's great.
Nice.
That's great. So you in Jackson, you from here, look, you yonder, look, you over
When did you
there.
go fishing? When was that?
You're
Was
over
that
there.
last week?
You're over there. But the bass is getting in that transition right now where, you know, we've been having the doldrums of the summer, and now they want to feast up as soon as this water starts going down because they know winter's coming. Like, I catch a lot of bass and I keep a lot of bass, and I don't like to put out a lot of videos because people, oh my God, you're keeping bass. Guess what? I ate bass before these people bought these $250,000 bass boats and everything. You know, by us, it's marsh bass and everything. I could see if you're in a poundment, but I'm fishing bass in the marsh and everything where one storm wipes them out, and in just a couple of years, they're all back. They're hardy. They're hardy. Let's see, 11-2 and 10-2. Wow, that's some
10-7.
that's some big ass fish.
Jesus.
Donald Trump, the rules here are lousy, Pete. We only could keep 3 specks and have to be a minimum of 50 and only 1 redfish. God, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So wait, that's in
Florida. That's in Florida.
I think Louisiana has
But
the
look,
leanest.
Donald Trump, I was going to see the Saints when they was good, play Tampa. And right close to Tampa Bay Stadium right there, they got a bunch of fishing shops. And they wanted to know where I was from, Louisiana. And this is when you could keep 25, and it was any size. And I showed them a picture on my deck of my boat of 50 trout. Oh, they're like, that's why there's no fish and everything. But down here we have the marsh. This is where the fish come from. You know, one storm wipes out more than man could hurt of the fish. I don't care what they say.
This is the breeding ground.
You know, I live in the breeding ground of them, and guess what? I live in the sportsman paradise, and I thank God every day for it. You know, you can look back to all my videos this year. I done caught perch, sac-a-lait, bass, speckled trout, redfish, you know, bass. You know, and again, I caught a lot of bass, and I got one video. It's a short. This is before I had my channel. I caught an 8+ pound bass, you know. But my bass I'm catching is in where the saltwater, mixed water, brackish water. To catch an 8-pound bass plus in brackish water is a big feat. It's one thing to go to Toledo, Bend, and all over, but in my life I've caught 2 over 8 in brackish water that hurricanes hit. Like that bass won't live. Like hurricane comes, they start over again,
Tell 'em the
and there's a lot.
species-
And there's a
species of
lot.
bass.
They have no. He says that's why I come. They have no idea, Pete. That's right. That's right. They come down here and talk about the diversions. They want to put the diversions like it's going to rebuild our coast. But I fish all the areas. What's in the Mississippi River isn't what built Louisiana years ago. What built Louisiana with the Mississippi? Here, I'm getting off on my tangent. Where's my soapbox? What built Louisiana is like they had the ice age and everything, and it was all that sludge came down. Now you got chemical plants all the way up it. I got a place by the Davis Pond where I fished places that was all grass. I mean, these giant lakes. They put the diversion in, the land's leaving faster than ever. It kills all the grass because it's what's in the Mississippi now from all these chemical plants. And by the way, that's why I act like that. 'Cause that's where we drink our water from, huh, Travis?
you're right.
Where do we drink our water
Look,
from?
he says right now big worms and big swim baits are killer.
Oh, right now. I was fishing. I've been fishing lately, catching bass on a Crawsey Junior in June bug color. I start out in the morning with it. I start out in it with I use a swing head. I don't know if you know what a swing head is. It's a jig head with a hook that oscillates. And I've been fishing like a 1/8, a 3/16 ounce swim bait head on that Crawsey Junior. And if you can understand that when I throw it in the morning to start, I can hold my pole up and them legs go like a topwater lure. Look, goosh, they'll hit it. And then I'll let it, or I can make the next cast and let it go underwater. So I have two lures in one. And I will put my Crawsey Junior or my Crawsey fishing with a lighter head or a lighter hook up against any buzzbait. I might not get as many bites, but I bet you I catch more fish because I probably got a 95% hookup rate with it. They grab it, you let it go down, and you hit it. I don't care what you do with the freaking frogs. I didn't have frogs in my box, probably $200 worth of frogs here I am on my thing, in my bass box. I missed 5 in a row with my son Nick and all with me. Guess what I do? I take every one of the you-know-what's out and throw them all in the marsh. Look. Good.
Let's see what Jonathan put up.
But the hookup rate is crazy. Oh, try a Texas rig. What did I put on tonight, Buzz? A
Texas rig.
I went back to my electric blue worm. But again, I discovered this like later on in my life with the Crawsey Junior. It just looks like a crawfish. I don't know, and it falls like this, and it just drives them nuts. Down here. Now, what works down here don't work everywhere. You just zone in. Well, yeah, Travis, you there? Look,
Yeah, I'm in.
You zone in. You zone in what works for you. In your area. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Jonathan 5-2. Hey, Jonathan, I'm glad you're here. But the fishing amazing. My buddy in Slidell and fish Venice a bunch. That's right. Venice has got everything. I live not far from New Orleans. I still go down to Venice and fish with people, but I mostly fish in the Pontchartrain Basin or the Barataria Basin. That goes from Grand Isle all the way to DeSalmas. The other side goes from Venice and all down there all the way to Lake Pontchartrain and all points in between. January sheephead spawn in Lake Pontchartrain. It's crazy, huh? It's crazy the sheephead bite. But I don't like to clean them no more. I used to clean so many of them, I like to fish the sheephead by the Causeway Bridge right there.
On the pillars.
By
huh?
Causeway. Yeah. But sheephead's a different bite too, When they are spawning and everything around, it's crazy. And a lot of people don't eat them, but that's some of the whitest saltwater fish you can eat. It's an excellent fan fish. You don't get a lot of it off of it. Do I target them a lot? No, because I'm busy with the speckled trout and the redfish and everything. But I I wouldn't throw away a sheep head. I like a sheep head. You know,
And they changed the regulations, right?
look, with
On
the
the-
teeth, with the
on-
teeth, with the sheep head.
On the redfish and speckled trout, they changed the regulations, right?
Yeah, down here in Louisiana, they stuck it to us down here. Like with the speckled trout, we could catch 25. Ooh, we're catching too many. What Texas does, I don't give a crap what Texas and Mississippi does. We have all the marsh, you know, and again, one hurricane wipes it all out. I could
Yeah,
see
there's
if they
more
done it. They got so many fishing guides that fish down here. Everybody that comes out of state, let them catch the 15. The taxpayers let them catch the 25, but whatever they want to do. Yes, we bought an electric knife. Yeah, January sheephead's
To-
full.
For
Yeah.
the,
Yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
sheephead.
With the sheephead. That's right. But I found with the sheephead that, I don't know, Jonathan, if you realize this, that with the sheephead, that you won't even dull in a regular fillet knife. If, like, here's the sheephead, here's his head, you know, a lot of people want to go down. But if you go into them, into his scales, and you're in, and then you're underneath them all. That's the whole trick about it. You know, you can't fight them scales. Sheephead scales is harder than redfish scales. You know, we need to get together and go out and fish. I've always wanted to go speckled trout fishing, but never had the chance. Hey, you just got to find them. That's right. They got places by Lake Pontchartrain where you could catch them off the bank or by the twin spans and all, or by Seabrook Bridge. You know, it's just targeting what's in your area. That's all. And again, about a half an hour ago, I told that story about the guy at Academy Sports. Tells me, colors don't matter, and he's picking up speckled trout baits. I said, have you ever caught a limit of speckled trout? And I said this a little while ago. He goes, I got a brand new boat. He goes, I've been having it for years. I've never caught a limit of speckled trout. Because he's just going with just matrix shad lemonhead. He's buying, oh, that's what they've been catching on, that's all the fish. Guess what? They do buy it on that sometime. But unless you got the clear colors, the sparkle colors, the smoke colors, the voodoo shrimp. Like last year, a lot of times I was catching speckled trout 20 inches long on a 2.5-inch voodoo shrimp. I mean, it's this big. And years ago, I would have said, I will never hook fish all day on that little hook. Guess what? You don't miss any of them, Jonathan. My buddy moved to Slidell from Southeast Florida. We get some huge trout. Fishing is so good up there and crabbing crazy. That's right. There's nothing like Lake Pontchartrain, because right there by the trestles, if you can imagine, you got that whole lake and everything drains right through there, goes through the Wrigley's and Chef Pass to Lake Bourne, Don Trump. I use a Ned rig, Pete. Specs eat them up.
What do you say?
A Ned rig. That's a bottom
right.
rig.
Oh, yeah.
And it's small if you got the confidence at all in that, you know, drop shot, Ned rig. But everything, huh, Travis? Everything is what you have confidence in. If you don't have confidence in that lure, you're not going to throw that lure out, you know? If you leave your house, I don't think I'm going to catch something today. Guess what?
And day to day,
Guess what? Yeah, bass
the rig
do
you use
too.
doesn't, you know.
Yeah, that's right. But again,
Which-
like I was talking about the swing head earlier, I wish I had one right here. I got one in my truck. I use different size from 1/8 to 3/16 to bigger lately. Even for redfish, I've been using that for bass. But up here, I had the full, let's see. Jonathan, the wire line trolling you guys keep tight knit. Oh, the wire, yeah. I love the swing head, yeah. It's crazy with the swing head. I catch so many redfish on it too with the same Crozzy Jr. in different colors and everything. It don't miss any fish because you have the jig head. Here's the jig head. And here's your hook, look. And that's how the hook is. And it's weedless, you know? So when them redfish is in the grass, when them bass is in the grass and everything, what you might miss a few fish in, it just lets you speed fish. You know, once you find them, you know.
Do you like the tip of the hook to be exposed when you're fishing weedless?
I just have it come out and bury it. Now, it's a corn up. if I'm leaving the grass going out, I'll leave it all the way out. Just like with the redfish, Wyatt's not here, my grandson right here. I was showing him, come on, Wyatt. I was showing him like I've got all these redfish. If you go back, if y'all look in my catalog, not selling my channel, but if you look in my catalog, I have sight seeing is believing or sight seeing redfish. Like I fish in these open bays, not in marsh like people sight see them. I know places where the redfish is on top of the water in bays and everything. And they are so freaking finicky where I'll throw different stuff. And why it's with me and all fishing that when I'm fishing along the bank with them with the gold spoon, I'll leave it weedless. But as I get out in open water with it, I'll bend that little weedless thing below it because it gives you a better hookup rate. Those little different things is the difference between catching a limit every day or just going home talking about fish. I would love to move up there. Yeah, Jonathan. Hey, and again, I'm just saying from Bayou Pete here with my channel a year. I'm almost there for 2,500 subscribers, like in a little bit over a year. I didn't think I'd have 100. But guess what? You just be yourself. You just fish. And you give the teaching channel. What works here in Louisiana, Pennsylvania, Australia, California. But the whole premises is the whole thing is just to take in what you learn every day fishing. If it don't work, don't do it. If you're not catching that fish that way, hey, that guy's fishing. Go see what the hell he's catching them with, or just try something else. A lot of people go do what they call craziness, doing the same thing over and over again with the same result. That's the whole thing with fishing. And fishing changes from year to year. I got some colors that I caught fish in Lower Lafitte, Louisiana a few years back. All they wanted was this one color called Texas Roach, okay? I mean, that's all they would touch. You could not find them anywhere. So I went and bought about 15 packs of them. The last couple of years, I can't get them to look at a Texas Roach, but that's fishing. That's what makes it fun. Let's see. Gold Spoon. I would love to move up there. Gold Spoon. Are you on the West Bank, Pete? No. I live on the East Bank, but I fish on the West Bank a lot, and the East Bank. But I live on the East Bank. Jonathan, thank you. Gold Spoon, always good. I would miss snook fishing, though. That's right. But I'm talking about a gold spoon, like with a weedless hook. I fish gold spoons with treble hooks, too. Jonathan, snook, my favorite to catch. Catch them all the time. Jonathan, maybe when I get my Facebook channel, keep watching, we'll trade here we go. We'll trade a snook trip for a speckled trout or a sockeye trip, because I've never caught a snook in my life. So that might be. I'm originally from Harahan. Hey, I'm not far from Harahan.
Come on.
Here we go, Don Trump. When I was younger, I used to hate the Harahan police. I used to have a 66 GMC van. I was a hippie when I was younger. Never bothered nobody. I would get pulled over. I'd have a pair of overalls on with no shirt on, with no shirt on. They would take the carpet out of my van and lay down a piece of newspaper and see if they had marijuana seeds in it. But now, I would love to live in Harahan because they don't let no crap go by, You hunt also, it looks like it. Yeah.
I went to John Curtis.
He went to John Curtis.
Trump. No, let's see.
Donald Trump. You went to John Curtis. Hey,
Yeah.
wow. Is that a football, how can I say this? A football,
sports
is that a football creating school? Because one of my sons went there for summer school when he was younger. God, I hung around there. It was like,
It's a cult school.
it's a cult football school. Look how many people they put in the NFL,
Yep.
And again, I appreciate everybody here tonight with us. 3 generations here. Look at this fire.
Jonathan said, do you hunt as well?
Yeah, I hunted a lot. I don't hunt as much lately because the 2 people I hunted with, my brother and my dad, has transcended in the last couple of years. My brother died about a year and a half ago. My dad died. And they was the 2 most fishingest fools and huntingest fools you ever wanted to meet. And he's going to school, he's working, and my 2 sons just they fish, but they're just chasing that dollar. Graduated 1975. Wow. I think I graduated 75 or
They are a
76.
recruiting school.
They are
I played
recruiting school. I
You played
played
football.
Wow, you
They
played
are.
for Curtis. That is
Nice.
great. That is great.
Nice.
That is great. Let's see, Jonathan. Very cool. I've been watching for a little bit, but not really caught lives. Oh, I got you. You caught my other stuff.
Okay.
But like with the lives, like I've got earlier this year, I was toward Grand Isle. I've got some lives where I caught 15 trout, my limited trout on a live at night. And it I don't care what anybody says. It's hard filming fishing trips. Like you could do camping, you could do I know how to do fishing trips, but try to film fishing trips, because you got that fish that has to cooperate. You got to hit the camera. But I have some fishing trips earlier this year that I caught limits of speckled trout. If you look in my lives, I'm holding a speckled trout like right here that I don't start the live ever till I catch a fish. Because I don't know, I've already had lives where I didn't catch a fish and I had 2,000 people watching me. But I'm the kind of person from Louisiana that like tonight we're just hanging out. But if you can watch a live with me fishing, I want to be catching a few fish. Let me read a couple of them. They won the state champion that year after I graduated. I was pissed. I understand. Jonathan, okay, yeah. I think I did watch a couple, I think. The last night, but never commented. That's right. A lot of people watch, but just like the world's going to end if they make a comment or a thumbs up. No, I was like with my lives like a year ago. My son, he's got a channel called The Outdoorsman, and like he stealth camps out. He fishes with me and does it. You can look on it. I always push his channel to that. He got me with the live because it's tough talking when nobody's talking to you and you're reading, but it gets going. Guess what? You just talk about what's going on. Like with me as an older person, I'm gonna start doing like some videos on why for saltwater fishing I don't use a fixed cork. I use a cork that I can move. All these people use these 4 horseman corks. I will never use a cork that I can't adjust on the fly. I'm gonna do some videos about the different ways I bass fish. I've got some unorthodox ways I fish, but I'm older. Tonight with Wyatt here, I'm tying my knot from fluorocarbon to braid. I don't know what you call that knot. My father taught it to me when I was little. It's a knot that goes from fluorocarbon to braid that will go through your eyes. And like, I'll make a 6-foot leader, a 7-foot leader sometime. And this knot will go through all of your eyes in there. And I'm gonna do a video on that. I don't know what you call this knot. My father taught it to me when I was younger. This knot, I've got a faster one I do when I'm fishing, but this knot I tie at home, it'll last a long time. The only thing that wears it out, I both fish speckled trout, redfish and everything, but the only thing that wears it out is no matter how small it is, it's hitting your eyes, so eventually, after every trip I check it. Let's try. Maybe we could get together when I come over next month. I know my way around the marsh. I hear you. Yeah, I think I watched a couple. Jonathan, I kind of feel our channels because you know how YouTube is. Plus, if it's late night commenting gets me to invest. That's right. That's right. Hey, and I'll start scrolling through some lives at night. Sometimes I'm watching in Korea with this lady cutting up a fish or cooking something. That's the nice thing about a live. I don't have to edit this. It's just us. We're not fishing tonight. Look, I call it a step 2 because I don't like to say beer on camera too much, because you get. So I dump my beer in there tonight. Down. Double uni. I don't know if it's a double uni. It's a
Oh, W.
I do a double uni like to do heavier stuff for bigger, but this is a knot for speckled trout and redfish. If you look in my videos, I both flip a lot of big fish. Let's see, Jonathan. do a spider hitch on the braid for double line to, I think, no name to the floral. It's fast and easy. Never fail me to. Whatever you're comfortable with. This works for me, you know. And again, like with the lures and everything, whatever works.
Tell them the story
Yep.
about the knot that you tied that time. At
Oh,
the,
oh,
remember
Yeah.
that? That was,
I am gonna. I've
was
got
his age.
What's that I use from a? But let me tell y'all all a story. Like
This is-
when he was like,
30
how old
this,
are you?
This is 30
How old are
years
you
ago.
right
I'm
now?
43.
All right, this was 30 years ago. Every year in the Superdome in Louisiana, like we didn't have academy sports and pugilist sports and all of that all over. So every year we had to go to these sportsman shows and bulk up. You know, we didn't have Amazon and get all of our stuff. And my father, even though he had a regular job all his life, all he ever had was other business where he made shrimp trawls, he made crab nets, he made crawfish nets, he built boats on the side, he built pirogues. So we
soft-shell
used to go,
crab.
we used to, come on in here, Travis. So we used to go to the Superdome, to the sportsman show, came once a year.
Yeah.
My dad knew everybody. God, I couldn't even walk after the first row. We wouldn't go 20 feet. Somebody knew my dad's name was CJ, knew my dad, okay? So my dad taught me all of these, his way of knots, his whole life. So this, I wouldn't tell the story unless my stepson's here.
Yeah.
So we're in the Superdome. They got this guy, come up here, I'll give you money. You know, he's from one of these companies. If you could beat my knot, my dad says, Pete, go tie our knot for him. Travis, you tell him what he did.
Yeah. So he walks
T-
up.
listen to this.
The guy's got this whole stand set up and everything.
Listen to
and he
me.
works-
We're tying knots. He's
Yeah,
a
so
professional
he,
guy.
He wanted, yeah.
Listen.
So it was like a challenge to have a better knot than this company.
Yeah.
That
He
they
said
swore that
nobody has a better knot
they
than
had the
him.
best knot.
That
They
was
had this-
supremacy.
They had this special machine
Now
set up
check
that would
check
pull
this out.
tension and everything
Check
to
this
check
out.
the knots and everything. So he walks up, ties his knot, spits on it, does the whole thing.
Me.
Yeah.
And they put the weights on both of them.
He does- you're right, puts it on the machine.
His break so much longer than me. Look, he turned his back to me and started talking to other people. He didn't even look at me. I was young. I was like in my 20s, huh?
Right.
He turned his back on me. This guy had, nobody could beat. I work for this company. Nobody could beat it. My dad said, go tie a knot, Pete. Look.
Yeah.
And I still don't put this knot on camera, but and what he did, Travis.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did it kick
Yours
his
was the
butt.
strongest one.
And
yeah.
look, he turned his back on me and started talking to somebody else.
Yep.
It was great. I would never tell that story tonight unless.
But that's yeah. We were talking about knots. That's why that came up.
Yeah,
We were talking about-
yeah.
But that's the thing. Some of these knots that they're old school, and it's not like we don't know the names of them. We don't know. if
New
they're-
don't make better. Like I got one thing with super big lines, like to fish big catfish or tuna and everything, and I got another knot to tie the braid. I'm going to do it. It takes a little bit now, but how small is it?
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
it's
yeah.
It's
great knot.
tiny. It'll go. You could throw it and not even know it's on there. I mean, doing bibby knife for double lot. Jonathan, we fished like 4 pounds of drag inshore. Bit many knots gonna fall. Okay. Donald Trump. I remember Swagman's buying bait. They sold everything fishing back then. Okay.
Schwagman's sold
Here
30
we go,
6
Don
brands.
Trump. Here we go. Do you remember the Swagman's at LaBar Road? That was the best fishing store they had. If anybody else is around there from around the world, we used to have a supermarket in New Orleans called Swagman's. In this supermarket, they had a bar that was about a half a block long, that while you were shopping, you could buy a hot dog and get a cold draft beer. And this one on LaBar Road by our house had a kick-ass sportsman store that my dad used to make the crab nets and the crawfish nets for them.
He said, yeah, he remembers.
Yes, so loud. The one on LaBar Road was it. My dad made the crab nets and the test trawls for them. Let's see. Not many knots fail. They do if people don't cinch them right. And like the whole thing about knots is like,
Friction.
and you don't have to wet them all the time. It's just pulling them slow. If you don't wet it and you pull it fast, it might hold there, but it's gonna break. Because I forget how much heat it makes, like so fast right there. I used to love going there with my dad, and that's how me. Swagman's right there by LaBar Road. Again, a grocery store that you could buy beer at a bar and go shopping. We used to be shopping there. I was little. My dad used to give us $2. Go get me another
They used
beer.
to do Kids Week. Remember
I
that?
wasn't even eight. I
Kids
wasn't
Week with
even 8 years old.
a
You know,
bag full of candy.
I used to love going there with my dad. I'm sorry, I'm on my tangent tonight with it, but knots we could go. I'm gonna do my little knot. I just got to get everything right. It's hard to film tying a knot, no matter what color you put underneath it. My dad had a fishing camp out of Golden Meadow,
Golden Meadow.
in Timberland. God, I hope you went down there lately. How much of that land's going on the outside? You know, just like Empire. You know, and again, as I get older, I double down like
Oh,
from
look at
here
that.
to Barataria Bay. You know, I like to fish Hopedale,
Look what
Bayou
Jonathan
Bayou
Cage
Bay
did.
Avenue. You know,
Look what Jonathan
I
Cage
have
just-
to use scissors to cut taglines or knots. A food look.
a few teeth
Look,
worn out. Look,
I broke these teeth. Look, see these teeth? I done wore my teeth out. I knocked this tooth out the other day. I almost didn't come. They had to put another one. And what kind of scissors I used tonight for the knot? My braid scissors. I handed him by the truck. What I told you, bring in my braid scissors
Yeah.
to cut the braid.
It looks
You know,
like safety scissors.
yeah, all of us.
they do look like.
How many times in our life what we did? We bit
Like the
them.
ones that they
We,
give
we
you at the
bit them
elementary
freaking
school.
knots, you know, for so long. But old things work still, you know. I remember in Lake Pontchartrain, Louisiana, when I was a kid, they used to have an old guy named By Heck. And in New Orleans, he used to write in the paper every week. And I couldn't wait to get to the paper like on a Thursday and read what he said, you know. And like later on when he died, he had this little boat that was 17 foot called the Dead Bait. And he used to put out the first fishing report in Louisiana. We fished better than him and caught more, but as a kid, you just liked that because you had somebody else to relate to. Jonathan, I have
Oh
to
my
use
God,
scissors.
Pete, the marsh is
Down
gone.
Trump. Oh my God, Pete, the marsh is going there now as I went there last year and didn't recognize it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every
like,
year. Every
like,
year it's more and more.
Like right now, my new chip in my Lowrance on my boat, if y'all see my videos, I have nothing fancy. I have an 18-foot extra wide flat that was built in 79, 80 from Tim's Marine down in St. Bernard Parish. But, you know, would I like a bigger, better boat? I'm just, has memories from my family. My father had one like this and I had one like this. So it's the memories of my family. But the boat don't catch the fish. The fisherman does. You know, I have a flat.
The chip.
When it's real rough, guess what? You can't go fish it anywhere if I can't make it there.
the
you
chip.
know.
The chip.
Oh, and with the Lowrance chip, I got a Lowrance, I was getting out.
Yeah.
I got a Lowrance chip in there. You can't believe how much marsh we've lost since 2014. Most places I'm fishing, catching fish, it used to be land, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be land. And again, I appreciate everybody out there spending some time with us, Wyatt. Look, I'm sorry. I'm the one talking all so much tonight. Look, Travis.
You're the personality.
But we used to have a boat garage in a place called Carnarvon. You know, my company, we had built a diversion down there, remember?
Bayou Canal.
Yeah, but Carnarvon. We used to have the boat at Delacroix, and then we used to go
That's
get
where
it.
we had duck hunt. Huh?
Yeah, that was by Delacroix down there. And so much of that is gone. Like, but I don't know if people could do anything that. They talk about the levees, but it's whatever person has more money invested. How I'm not saying that diversion might have did a little bit, but they talk about 70 years from now to build like a quarter mile of land.
It's
You
like
know,
Bird Island. Look.
Bird Island.
We
ain't
used
ta-
to gig flounder at Bird Island.
Yeah,
It's
where's
also
Bird
gone.
Island? Bird Island's a lump.
Yeah.
He meets so many fishing buddies, but again with all the land loss and all over there, where we should be down there by Carnarvon, that this is like on the western side of Delacroix, by Lake Leary, by Grand Lake, and all of that. It's crazy how much that land has went. And look, if you look toward Hopedale and all, where they don't have a diversion, they still got good pure marsh. You know, I'm just telling you that river water's hell on on that marsh. That river water's hell. Look at this young face tonight, huh? Hey, look at this. Look, that's the future. That's the future of fishing. That's the future of fishing. I'm blessed that I got sick when I become 59 years old, that I was going to work till I was 68 to now, that I worked for a major firm in New Orleans, and they made me an offer, and I took it. And I retired at 59, and I'm blessed. Let's see, Jonathan. He's meet so many
Going
fishing
for an
buddies.
hour and
Jonathan,
10 minutes.
at least so far, all the storms been staying. Oh, look,
On the East Coast,
I'm
yeah.
doing the Sound of the Cross here. How them storms? I don't know. Them storms been taking that right all year, going toward poor
I thought it
Bermuda.
was gonna be active.
Poor
this year.
Bermuda all year. But look, you don't need an active season. All you need's one. I mean, you still got time. I never get cocky enough and say, let's see, Donald Trump, a barrel of shrimp, 210 pounds. That's right. That's right. Barrel of shrimp, a basket of shrimp, huh? And I was talking to people the other day about on the lakefront by Lake Pontchartrain, you know. They have steps out there. When I was a kid, they used to sell clams. And you used to go buy a bucket of clams like for 10, 15 cents and break them up with a hammer and throw them out in the lake and sit there and catch, throw a cast net and catch shrimp like by the wash tubs out there. Let's see. You couldn't give redfish away. That's right. Till Paul Prudhomme come up with the black and
Black and
redfish.
yeah.
Redfish was a trash fish. You're right. You're right. They started gill netting them wide open and everything. You're right. But they are great. They are great blackened, and I put them a lot with the shell down. Let's see. You couldn't give them. I'm in Miami. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm in Miami. We do also. Been like 8 years since Ian, I think. I know. Hurricane stood away from y'all for a while, then glory. They started going that way. Only no power for line 10 days, and it hit close. For us, for Katrina, we didn't have power for like months. For Ida, a couple years ago, it was like 11 days. 2 years ago, no, it was last year. Last year, we had one little storm come through. I'm trying to think of the name of it. In one of the areas I fish, they had a big fish kill that I filmed. And like 7 days later, not even a mile from there, I caught a limit of redfish. That's how much the fish come in right behind it. Like all the fish was dead.
That was Ida.
You know, it was
Ida. Ida was 22.
No, I'm talking about the one last year. We had a little storm.
I don't know.
Started with an F. But the water come in, and what kills the fish, it pushes all of that water in our marsh, and it goes out, and it kills all the fish with the unoxygenated water, you know.
It might have been Francine.
But, yes, they have redfish
I'd
farm
Google it.
in Pond
I'd be
Island, Florida
careful,
now.
though.
So Florida's selling to local. Who wants a redfish? They say that when you trap fish like that, Jonathan, that you open them up to diseases, that the act of them swimming free, you know. I'd rather go catch them. Guess what? When you go catch a fish, I don't care if it's a redfish or a drum or a sheephead, or it tastes good. It tastes good. In this last trip, this last video behind me, where I go pier crabbing with this old body and probably walk 10 miles that night and the rain catches me, every one of them crabs tasted great because I went and caught them. You know, do y'all agree?
Right. That's
Does
right.
it catch-
That's right. Because if you eat redfish in a restaurant, it's farm raised. Because you cannot legally commercially fish redfish.
That's right. My dad used to take a cast net to Lake Pontchartrain and toss in a can of dog food
Yeah.
with a string tie, put it with your ice pick through it. I'm gonna add that to it. He would catch a 5-gallon bucket of nice shrimp in 20 minutes. Lake Pontchartrain is coming back finally. Yeah. And Jonathan, yes, always love fishing in storms. Off the seawall steps by Mardi Gras Fountain. Remember? Mardi Gras Fountain before
wow.
LEDs and everything to us. Wow. Now, I don't know.
People still out there fishing every
we
day.
we was
every
fishing
day.
out there longer. I could catch them at night, but me being the older person, even though they got a lot of policemen out there, like when him and I was doing a live, it was hard for me to fish. Why? Because I was worried about somebody running by stealing my phone that's on this live right
Hey,
now.
don't
Look.
give them ideas.
Yeah, stealing my phone. Jonathan, there's that fish market you pull up to back in the open cooler and fill with oysters and ice and slide down. That's right.
Used to fish
We
there.
used to fish there as well. That's right. It's nice, all the old places. Like I say, I come probably like y'all come from a fishing family. Like, God, we used to be all over. Port Sulphur down there where we used to fish by Happy Jack, Louisiana. There's nothing there. I went my life like being like 6, 7 years old, 5 years old, fishing ponds down there by Port Sulphur with all freshwater fish and freshwater. In my lifetime, it went to me from catching bass when I was younger to catching sharks in there. You know, the oil companies come through there and checkerboard it with canals and put in wooden dams all over. How long does a wooden dam last? You tell me. How long? Till they get the hell out of here and change their name of the oil freaking company. You know, Donald Trump. We used to fish there as well. The fishing insane up by you guys. I know. I cannot complain. I might piss and moan, but
Wait, these are
I would Bucktown was my spot. I love that. Well, in the 17th Street Canal, like when my father retired and my brother worked for a company called Remanufacturing that closed, that made barrels. My dad retired making trawls all his life after work, building boats, and he become a crab fisherman in Lake Pontchartrain, where he was some of the first people to get going where they raise soft-shell crabs not on the water with a filtration system. And 2 doors down from me, it was nice. I could go get me when I get home from work, I walk over there and grab me a soft-shell crab and go home and put on the grill or fry. The fishing, Bucktown, I miss Louisiana. In winter, we catch bass also in Lake, that's right. Lake Pontchartrain. Lake Pontchartrain's good.
Where's Don Trump at now?
He's in Florida. Remember,
he's in Clearwater?
He's in Florida.
Okay.
But like when I was younger, I fished Lake Pontchartrain a lot more by causeway with the same boat or a boat just like that. But I like to fish on the west side of the causeway. They had all of these oil rigs already, and they got all of the gas out of there they wanted, and they couldn't suck no more gas out of there. Liquefied gas. And instead of just leaving the rig, they pulled them all. That was crazy. Just get the pipes out of there. That's where the fish was. I'm in winter. We catch bass also and all.
In winter, we catch bass also in Lake
And again, I
Pontchartrain.
appreciate all y'all who stood with us tonight. We got a few people here tonight. This is what makes it fun, hanging out. Oh, here we go. Jonathan, my buddy lives on the canals by the causeway. He sold his 1-bedroom room and bought a 3-bedroom house with money to spare. Yeah, that's the place to be.
Yeah.
It's nice till the hurricane comes. Everything's nice. Donald Trump, I was an ultrasonic tech and worked in the oil field. I inspected the wells when they built oil platforms. I went offshore as well as to inspect the drop pipes. Yeah, and I ended up,
good field
I
to
worked
be
for
in.
the construction business, like the Greater New Orleans Bridge we done, the World's Fair, West Bank Express. I worked for a construction company in New Orleans. Jonathan, he loves it. Yeah, you're right.
You don't ever say what company.
Yes. And again, we just hanging out, and we're gonna end up bringing this in for a landing. I'm gonna go inside. My beautiful wife keeps walking up there. Look, she goes like this. Look, she walks up there and does this. Hold on. You know what this means? You know what that means when they walk up there like that? Look.
That's how she's looking at you right now.
Do you know what that means?
You
Look.
see her up there?
And when I went up there to get my beer, she says, "You are so loud." I said, "Yes, I am." He loves it. I lived in Morgan City for 20 years. That's a beautiful place down there too. That's a beautiful place.
Funny.
But we're gonna take this. Oh, here we go. Sorry, chatting so much. Just loved it up there. Okay. But Jonathan, Don, and whoever else is out there, we got other people.
7.
We're gonna take this for a landing. From the bottom of my heart, Bayou Pete appreciates everybody following and just coming to the live tonight, taking your time and hanging out
going
with
back.
y'all. But thank you everybody and God bless. Okay. Good night, everybody from Mississippi.